I'm an activist. I create to help high-achieving, driven, ambitious women succeed in life and career.
I educate, I work on policy.
Well, I examine the state of the technology in underserved schools.
Who do I advocate for? I advocate for first myself because, hey, I also advocate for my family, immigrants. I'm first generation American. I advocate for the LGBTQIA community.
Black women, Black girls.
I am working to create practices, policies, and projects that literally show you don't have to move out of your neighborhood in order to live in a better one.
You know what else I do? I vote.
I vote.
I vote.
Vote, baby, vote.
You gonna vote, right?
In 2016, only 55% of the voting population in this country exercised their right to vote. How different do you think our country would look right now if we all came out and voted?
This last year has been wild on all terms. It's hard to be Black. It's hard to be a woman. It's hard to have say over your own body. It is just hard to exist, and then there's a global pandemic happening. Is this really what's going on right now?
Local legislation dictates funding, curriculum, the state and quality of education. We've been sort of conditioned to place a great deal of emphasis on national elections, when in fact, the decisions that get made at the local level impact us the most in many ways.
If you want to make change in your community, if you want to see change in our country, you have to vote.
Your vision is your future, and we're only gonna know it if you show up and vote.
We hear a lot about people's concerns, whether their vote will count, whether they'll have to wait in lines all day.
When we vote, this gives us agency over our future.
Really, the only time your vote doesn't matter is when you don't use it.
It should not be a luxury for us to live in a safe community. It should not be a luxury for us to live in a community that is not a food desert. It shouldn't be a luxury for our children to have proper education.
Your vote matters.
Your vote matters.
If you've never voted before, this is the time. If you voted before and it didn't turn out the way that you wanted to, this is the time. If you are just alive right now, you see the way that things are going, it's the time.
Please vote.
Get to the polls.
Get involved by showing up. Make sure that when you cast your vote, that you know and you understand that that is the loudest way your voice can actually be heard.
Because voting is activism.
Own your vote.
Own your vote.